and I am using Restream today because it's been a very busy week. But we have Animated Evil, we have Cerebral Paul, we got some topics to talk about. The Xbox Showcase came in like a juggernaut, and it is remembered like a juggernaut. I will say that. And then slightly, if we have time, because we're gonna try to keep this a short show, an hour or so, maybe less. Also, Marvel versus Capcom is kind of skipping Xbox. People are sad about it. People are upset. They feel some type of way. I don't know how you should feel. I mean, it is what it is. It's been on everything else. There's emulators. There's arcade machines. Go put in 25 cents somewhere and play
Yep,
it.
I'm absolutely totally bummed that a 20-year-old game is not coming to Xbox. Okay, whatever.
And Paul doesn't want me to beat him with the Juggernaut, so I understand his concerns and happiness that it's not coming. Yeah, I understand. I understand, Paul. But Animated, welcome back to the show, buddy. How you been?
Do you know what? I've been really, really good. Although a little bit upset because the legend that is Donald Sutherland died today. So, don't know if you knew that.
I did.
We lost him. Yeah, that's not a good thing. But however, we move on. Hope he rests in peace and love to the family. Everything. Massive actor. Did a lot of things in a lot of shows I used to love.
Carlos Googling him now, Donald Sutherland.
He'd say, who the fucking knows Donald Sutherland, right? Even as of last year, he was still performing in certain things.
Yep.
Yeah, so a huge loss to the acting community. So let's give a second. And done. Okay, yeah, but I've been good. I'm glad to be back. Yeah, it's Thursday. We're here. We've got a lot of things to talk about. Not Donald Sutherland, but other than that, yeah. Good. Thanks for having me, as always.
The British host with the most.
Well, I will be the British host with the most when I host something.
He's the British host with beans on toast. Come on.
Oh,
the British host with beans on toast. There we go. We'll have that. We'll take it. Paul, well done.
And Paul, welcome to the show, buddy. I know it's been a while.
Yeah.
How I hope you haven't eaten any mustard with pizza lately. But how have you been?
Not lately. I've been okay. Let's see. Aside from my Fallout 76 thing, I did play that new game that just dropped on Game Pass the other day. Let me make sure I get the title of the name right, because it's one of those things. But it's a scary game that Carlo refuses to play because he's a chicken.
Oh, come on! You say that, but
no. Carlo won't play this game.
I'm also frightened of scary games. Okay, but
no, Still Wakes the Deep is a freaky game, man. It's on the edge of your seat, or kind of like Alien Isolation was, but it's a linear game, not a lot of run around and collect stuff because you're busy hiding and sneaking and walking around. But it's a cool game. It really is. It is on Game Pass, and it's also on Steam. If you're into that kind of game, if you like, it's got a good story.
Is it purchased on Steam or free on Steam?
Yeah, I believe it's purchased.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's everybody in the game has a Scottish brogue, and so some of them you're going to be glad you have subtitles, because some of them are really rough. It's and they do you. It's fun though, because if you leave the subtitles on English, the subtitles don't match what they're saying because they're using, UK phrases and stuff. So you have to switch it over to UK if you really want to see what the subtitles for what they're actually saying. So you may not understand some of the phrases, but you'll go, "Oh, I know the guy just called him a dick." It's like.
So do I need to switch over to UK subtitles?
No, because it knows what region. No, it knows what region you're in.
Do you think I'll pick it up? What do you reckon?
Yeah. Well, you don't like scary games. I really don't know if you would play this.
It's worth. It looks good.
It is a good game. It's a very good game.
From the videos I've seen from the original launch trailer.
Well,
it looks good.
Well,
and
since
it looks like something.
Yeah. I played it for 2 hours on the Xbox Ambassador stream yesterday, and I will do so again next week. So,
Call me out for not seeing you. Okay.
That's right. And there's a reason
Dude,
I run earlier too.
That's
There's a
because
reason
I
I
was
run
at
earlier
work,
too.
dickhead.
Yeah.
I was at work, okay?
Oh, I
I'm
was
not
at work.
allowed.
I was at work. I don't care. You
Yeah,
have a
well.
phone. You have a phone. Who cares? You know, whatever.
I have
Hey,
I
have a
have
phone.
three screens at work.
I
I'm
have
good.
a phone.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have
you-
3 screens. I could have put you on
Okay,
one of them.
Carlo, you don't even want to go there with me. You don't even watch. You don't even watch the shows I'm on our channel. Okay, so you know.
Wait a minute, what? I do.
Monday
Alre-
shows. You never show up on Monday. You never
I'm in
show up on
the
Monday.
yo.
Already
Ask
we're
Spooky.
arguing.
I'm in the chat.
Already we're
I'm in the
arguing. This is
chat.
fun.
Spooky, tell him. Tell him.
Already we're arguing. What's going on? This is nice. It's fun. It's like my upbringing. Just arguing all the time. It's awesome.
Paris, if you're listening, Paul wants some golden mustard.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway,
No more pineapple. Yeah.
So we know what we know what Paul was playing, right? Okay, we know. I've been playing nothing but Mad Max this week, by the way. For some reason, I went back into my backlog, re-downloaded Mad Max because it was on sale for $4.99, I think, something like that. Very cheap. So I've been playing that all week. What have you been playing, Crown? Come on, clowns. What have you been doing? What have you been up to?
You know, I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't been able to play a lot of stuff right now. I've been doing more editing stuff in the background, and I do owe TL Westgate an interview. I mean, the interview to be up on the channel.
No, you have been doing a hell of a lot of interviews and going.
Excuse me, I need to dispel a rumor that the Moon Man is that I'm not at work. I'm not dressed as a pineapple. Okay, there you happy.
Wait, Paul looks like he's in a horror movie there with that lighting.
Because my lights aren't on right now. Yeah, so yeah.
It's like the sexiest granddad ever, isn't it?
Dun dun dun, Paul in the deep.
He is. He's like the sexiest granddad ever. Look at him.
Aging gracefully or gracefully aging.
Blow us a kiss. Come on.
No, I'm not gonna blow.
Shout out to Paul, one of the most dedicated Xbox ambassadors there is. And I will say this, he is always streaming and he's always talking about accessibility. And if it wasn't for Paul, a lot of stuff wouldn't be heard or seen. So we deserve to give Paul some credit there. And I'm always looking forward to his accessibility viewpoints because he has some of the best. Let's be honest. Like everything he does every single day has to do with accessibility. And I think companies really need to listen to Paul. So all our friends and companies out there, this guy below me on this screen is the guy you need to reach out to. Put on your accessibility teams so that way your games come out and people can play them. Trust me when I say this, because if Paul can play a game, that helps a lot of people right there. So you need him on your accessibility team.
Hey, Stinky, how you doing? Yeah.
Oh man. So Jay's back from the beach. He got some mustard tan.
No, he said from the Beach Boys. So he's got Michael. He's got Love and those guys with him. You know, give us a little good vibrations there. You know, Jay. Yeah.
Good vibrations. I can't sing, Paul. Fill in the blanks.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
So, I kind of want to talk about the Xbox Showcase because, like Animated said when we talked pre-show, that we haven't really talked about the Xbox Showcase, and it came out.
Oh, that was so last month.
Listen, Paul,
it wasn't. It was a week. It was a week ago, and unfortunately, because of circumstances, we couldn't talk about it, right? Because we were on last week. So unfortunately, due to circumstances of people being really, really busy, we couldn't talk about it. So.
And it was a great showcase. Like, I mean, they came out like a juggernaut, which hence the thumbnail. It's Xbox is a juggernaut. Thank you. I worked very hard on that image. And I mean, I know Paul has had a lot of takes on this, and maybe he could rebuttal off what you got to say. But tell me how you feel as a gamer. Like, what resonates with you from this showcase?
Do you know that there was a few? I'm going to be honest with you. Avowed, I've been on the fence with whether I'm going to like it, not like it. like it, not like it. I've been back and forth for a while. I'm going to be honest. It persuaded me to be back on with Avowed. I'm looking forward to that. What they showed of that game was brilliant. However, so I'm on with Avowed. Yes, absolutely, give me that. No matter what, that's where we're at with that game. The surprise of the show for me was South of Midnight.
Oh, that had a good showing. It did.
That looked absolutely, I'm gonna swear, fucking incredible. As soon as that popped up, and even the stop motion is good for me. Immediately, I just went, "Good Lord, this is for me. This is my jam. This is what I want." So, South of Midnight, absolutely fantastic. And the last thing I think I took away from it as well was the ending of Gears. Just saying, "Oh yes, one more thing." Showing me Gears playing as a young Marcus Phoenix. Let's see how the whole Gears of War situation happened, because we don't know. Remember when you played Gears of War? We've all played it, right?
Gears of what now?
All three of us have played the first Gears of War 1 when it launched on 360.
Let me check. Gears of what now? I'm not sure. I'm missing the war.
Okay.
What, Gears of okay.
Paul's losing us right now. Okay, so the moment we played Gears of War, we what did we get? We got a man in a prison cell. We didn't know what the fucking hell was going on, and his mate come and let him out. That was the story of Gears of War 1, right? Now we find out why he was put in that prison cell. Hopefully, that's where the story's going to go, because we don't know what happened in Emergency State. We don't know what he did. Why was he in prison? Because he was imprisoned, right? But we still don't know. That for me is such a it's such an exciting sort of premise. I need to know why Marcus Phoenix ended up in prison, and this game is going to give me that. That's how I felt.
I don't even. I've said for months, if not years now, that is all I wanted was more information on the E-Day, and I didn't want the response to be read the books, because I don't want to read the books. I want to see it in action.
As gamers,
yeah.
Paul, we don't want to read books.
No, I am a book reader, but I'm just saying.
Snap,
but I'm just saying that when that's the response was, well, they told us all that in the book. I'm like, yeah, but make it a game, and here we are, and they're making it a game, and right now we get to see E-Day, at its start, which is something I've been wanting, so,
What happened? What did Marcus and Dom do that ended Marcus in prison for the first Gears? That's what I'm interested in.
That's what you're interested in. I'm more interested in the events of E-Day itself. Where are we going to get, where they came from, why they came? Are we going to get some of that backstory? What happened when it all first started to break loose? That's what because hopefully if they do it right, we shouldn't have some of the really good technology we had in some of the later Gears games, because the technology would have been born of the conflict, just like with any conflict, that we've had. Technology always expands and gets better as I say it, as the war progresses. We see that in World War One. We see that in World War Two. So I'm hoping that they don't start us with all the super nice gadgets that you're actually going through the story of. Hey, we got a new gun here. We based this on some of the alien technology we picked up at some of the crash sites. Let's check this out, and then we get some of the more advanced weaponry that we've seen in some of the later Gears games.
Okay.
So I'm hoping they do that part right. That they don't just. It's like one of the biggest weak points of Call of Duty. I think it was World War II. Was they were using sniper scopes that it didn't even exist in World War II. And so those people who understand history were going, this doesn't make sense. I shouldn't be using a weapon like this in this timeline. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And it should be the same thing because some of the weapons we use in the Gears games is based on their technology. So hopefully that we shouldn't have almost none of that at the beginning of E-Day. Yeah, we'll probably still have the chainsaw shotgun, which is fine. But so yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to see how they tell the story. And I may be critical if they tell the story and we start with some super ooper duper weapons at the beginning of the campaign that we really shouldn't have.
Agreed.
I'll be like,
they needed to develop the Hammer of Dawn and stuff, right?
Right.
They needed to develop the Hammer of Dawn,
right?
In that instance.
Now they could maybe at the like for the last battle of the game. Hey, we've got this new thing that's satellite based, and we want to give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
I will say that, I'm coming off as a mediocre Gears player, right? Like I'm not like a super hardcore Gears fan, right? But I will say this, that trailer blew me away. I was really hooked in that trailer. It just took me by surprise, and it's like, I really want to play this game. Like I want to play this game now. Like right now, I want to play this game. They came out, man, they really killed it with the showcase. They had a great showcase. Go on, Animated.
Just going to interrupt a little bit. The thing is, what that trailer did, right? I'm just identifying on the trailer right now. It put you back to the original trailer with the same music for the 360, right? For Gears 1, right? It was Mad World playing very delicately, and it put us all, every single player that has ever played Gears, that trailer put us back to that moment when we thought, shit, this game looks good.
What's funny is when I was watching it with Lemon and those guys on his show, and even before anybody else realized it, just the first couple of notes of that song, and I went, and you can go back and watch the stream, and I went, that's Mad World. And even before it really got going, because I recognized the strain immediately, because I have a good ear for stuff like that, and everybody really and everybody they weren't sure, and they weren't sure. No, I'm like, no, we're going back, yeah, because it was Mad World, and a lot of people didn't catch that at first, but yeah, like I said, I was always really good at name that tune, okay, and that's why, because I can hear one or two notes of a song I know well and go, oh, that's what that is.
There's a game I want to play with you. Then it's fine. We'll get there. Not for tonight. Fine. There's a game I really want to play with you. If that's the case.
Yeah.
However, but that's the thing. That's exactly what they tried to do, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
They thought, you know what? Gears is coming back. We're gonna abuse the power of the original advert, which was fucking spectacular. Let's not hide behind it. The original advert for Gears was spectacular, right? They've used the same soundtrack and they've used the same emotionality of this is Gears. This is where we're at. They've used the same characters, and that for me was absolutely superb. Sorry, clowns. I interrupted your flow there, dude. I apologize.
No, you're good. I mean, I'm gonna just say that when it came to this trailer for Gears, I thought it was gonna be like Gears 6. I didn't think it was gonna be E-Day because I don't really know all the lore of Gears of War, and people were calling it E-Day long before the trailer finished, and I still thought it was Gears 6 because I didn't know any different. But I will say that I just can't wait to play it. Gears is the kind of game that you can just hop in and you can have fun without thinking a lot. Like it's like one of those games that you don't need to have a, how do I say it? The greatest narrative experience. You can just go in, shoot stuff, blow stuff up, and just move on to your next objective. Kind of like a linear game. I say that wrong all the time, but linear game. And I think that's something that's great that they have in their arsenal of games.
Well, and if I remember right, wasn't Gears the game that really introduced the idea of taking cover and being able to shoot from cover? They really made it special.
It wasn't the first one on Xbox, but still.
But it was the first one that did it well. I believe, yeah.
I disagree.
On the 360, what else was there?
I'm thinking older, to be fair, but still.
Like what? Name it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Full Spectrum Warrior.
I don't know that they did the cover thing as well. The cover fire thing for Gears was game changing.
Oh, the cover fire. Yep. You got me. Cover fire, you've got me.
Yeah.
Into cover.
Yeah.
Holding up the situation. I've got you.
Yeah.
The cover fire. Yep.
Yeah.
You've got me. That's it. Gears did it.
So Jago said he dropped some Gears knowledge in here for all of us. The COG stole the plans for the Hammer of Dawn during the Pendulum Wars, and Adam Phoenix finished developing it, just for your information. So they already had it before the Locust arrived. Okay.
Don't be coming in here with your facts, Jago. We don't like it. No, stop it.
Well, and he's coming in there with book facts too. We'll see. We'll see if the game sticks to the books. We'll go. Yeah.
Love you, bro.
Jago, go play a game.
Guys?
Love you, bro.
You know what? Shout out to Jago. He's got a really nice, sweet ride right now. The new Camaro he got. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I think that I have heavily influenced Jago in this decision as being Italian and telling Jago about Italians and Camaros and the white V-neck T-shirts. Jago's going to start wearing white V-neck T-shirts too. I'm sure.
No, Jago's going to start wearing velour pantsuits.
As long as he doesn't wear a beard like you do, clowns, we're fine.
He's going to start wearing.
We've got a problem with that motherfucker.
Velour pantsuits and medallions, showing off his hairy chest.
Oh, the fuzzy dice and the black shutter blinds and the heavy cologne.
Yeah. He's already stocking up on high karate as we speak. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, he's got his gold card to the casino. So, going from Gears, the next thing that really sticks out to me, I mean, of course, Fable is my favorite, so I can go on that. I'll go on that a little bit later, but the Doom Medieval game looks really good. And again, I am not the biggest Doom fan. Like, I think Doom's a great franchise. I think it's a good game, but that medieval take on Doom, man, that is blowing my mind. That blew my mind, the take on it. Like, how immersive was that into like a medieval world and architecture?
Yep.
Agreed. But and again, we've already mentioned South of Midnight Cozy. He should have been here earlier. Where were you? Right.
The only thing I'm hoping from this Doom is that it's more playable for me than Doom Eternal was. Doom Eternal didn't have the accessibility I needed. It was a little bit too, you got to be jumping around and moving and turning to shoot and hit your little itty bitty target on the top of the mob's head type of thing. And I think, as much as I want to play that game, I'll never be able to play that game, unless they make some major changes to it. But I'm hoping to be able to play this Doom because it does look really good.
So on the back of Paul's comment there, right? So I'm not the best first-person shooterish kind of guy. So you Call of Duty, you Doom, all that sort of stuff. Played Doom back in the day. I have never played a modern version of Doom. I'm gonna say it.
So you didn't play Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal?
Nope. Never played it. But the allure gets me. It really does. I'm thinking I should play it. But I've got thousands of games on my backlog that I'm thinking, I'll push that back. Why should I play that game? That's the question I've got for you. Why should I?
Yeah, in my case, you're preaching. I can't say it's a great game and you should play it because I wasn't able to play it. So,
I mean, Jeepers in the chat says I'm missing out, right? But as a guy that doesn't play first-person shooters as a whole, I like some of them. I like Far Cry and things like that. But Doom has never been on my palette of choice, shall we say. So why should I? That's the question. Chat can tell me whatever they want.
Because Jeepers says so. Because Jeepers says so.
Because Jeepers says so.
Also,
because I want to is the only reason, but I don't want to. It's not on my fucking flagpole, though, Cozy. That's the point. Why would I bother?
But I got to say this too. Jeepers also said that Paul should be gaming on Linux.
Yeah, Paul has his history with Linux and probably knows more about Linux than Carlo does. I can guarantee you that.
Whoa! I don't know. Maybe the old Linux, but today's Linux. I'm using Arch Linux, and I made it look like Windows, and it functions like Windows. I put AI Copilot in there and everything. I've been compiling my own programs. I could go on all day long, Paul.
You've been Googling stuff and pulling stuff out and installing it. Yeah, I know.
No. I've learned very in-depth stuff the last week on Linux. But I know Animated brought this up South of Midnight, right? He did talk about it. But
yeah.
I got to say, from my perspective, I've been looking forward to that game forever. I have always thought the concept, the idea was kind of neat. I love when they actually showed the trailer and more information on that game. I really loved the way it's animated, the way it's styled, and the fact that there's an alligator. That just makes it like a 10 out of 10. Like you put an alligator in anything, and as long as you're not eating it, I'm a fan because I love those majestic creatures.
That alligator is gonna be eating you. Okay,
that's okay. Hey, listen, that's okay. Listen. They are the greatest creatures since the dinosaurs.
All I gotta say is that catfish was really big. I cannot imagine the smell in that swamp. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what do you think about the art style? Because the art style of the game being a little bit stop motion, right? Yeah, people are claiming that it makes it look a little bit slow, FPS wise, right? So it doesn't look.
Well, I think from
FPS.
From what I saw, I think I did see some frame drops even in what they were showing, but I'm not gonna. I don't think that had anything to do with that. That may have been the signal coming across to the feed, but because I do think I saw some visual frame stuttering that was outside of the stop motion idea. Because I like the stop motion thing, I really do.
The thing we've got to remember about the video we saw, about the gameplay we saw, right?
Yeah,
that's probably 3-4 months old. You've
got
to remember that.
I know.
It's months into production when they do these showcases, right? So that may not be the final gameplay version, but it was very stop motiony, and like I said earlier, that good God, I saw that and I thought, fuck me, that game is me all the way. In fact, I said that to my significant other. I went, shut up. Yeah. I need to watch this. And she was like, okay.
Fair enough. The only like with everything else, my only question is the accessibility, because once they started doing some of the traversal stuff, I was like, yeah, that could be questionable for me. But I will try it, and Game Game Pass, man. No harm, no foul. It's
I'm hoping we gain those skills as we go along.
Yeah.
Sort of RPG-ish. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We gain those skills. You can't fly across like she did with that umbrella thing she did. We can't do that until we've earned the skill. Very much like how certain skills in Assassin's Creed happen, that kind of thing.
Right.
I'm hoping we get that. So it's like a build-up. I'm not going to get across this swamp because I haven't got the flying ability yet.
Right.
I'm hoping we've got that. Really, but clowns, what the stop motion? How did you feel about the video?
I like the stop motion animation style. It reminds me of in a sense, I mean, this is more fleshed out, right? But it reminds me of an old British stop motion I used to like called Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, yes, I know.
I like that. I thought it was good.
Do you know that was done by Telltale?
No.
No, yes. She's talking about the old show, the actual show, the old Wallace.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant the games.
Yeah,
they actually had a Wallace and Gromit game that was done by Telltale Games.
Yep, it's very hard to get your hands on it because it's been pulled from all the stores.
Been there, done that. It's all good. Yeah. Owned. I think I own them if they're available digital, and I played them back in the day. Xbox 360, baby.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I might have to go look through my archives and see if I can find ways to enjoy some old content.
Talk to Jay.
So the other one that really sticks out, right? I mean, I saw Avowed, and I'm happy for the people that like Avowed. I don't think the game's going to be for me, but I think that it came out and it showed a lot better than what I've seen before. And I think it's going to do well for the audience, and it might even create an epic franchise for the Xbox brand. I think that a lot of people are going to go on there and enjoy it. But can we talk about something and be very serious here? A moment of silence for all the greatness that we're about to speak about. Fable, guys! Like, Fable looks so great. The world was immersive. It was Playground Games coming out doing something different, and it looked so good. I loved every second that I saw of Fable. I don't even care what the people's debates are about the characters characters. I don't care. The game is Fable. Fable is great. You could be good. You could be bad. You could be mischievous. You could be angry. You could be grumpy. You could be happy. Hopefully, it's all in there like the previous ones. But I am excited for it. And I'm sure there's going to be mods on PC to help you if you're not happy with the character design. I'm sure there'll be PC mods. But I am happy that we saw more Fable. It's been talked about forever, and it's something that I want to go back. And I remember a long time ago, we're going back to like when Fable Legends was out, right? When Fable Legends was in its alpha and everybody wasn't sure what was going to happen with it. And then the articles came out saying that the villain packs were going to be expensive. So Microsoft decided for whatever reason that they were going to shut down Lionhead, which I was sad about. But in doing so, they scrapped the Fable Legends project. I remember I said something on Twitter to Phil. I said, promise me that Fable's not going anywhere. And he's like, no, I promise Fable's coming. And that was way back when. So I had no idea. And, we saw the teaser, 3 years ago, the frog and the fairy, and it looked kind of neat. But then, man, we saw some in-depth footage of the game. And Paul's excited over there. He turned off the lights because he's super excited about this.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel like, and animated, it makes me feel like we're more connected, across the pond because I can speak British.
Do you know what? Let Paul talk a second. I need to go for a pee. To be honest.
Wow. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, live TV. Live
TV. I need to go to the little boys' room, unfortunately. I'll see you in a second. Paul, talk about Fable, and then when I come back in a second, we'll discuss, right?
Paul,
Yep.
it has frogs. It's got fairies. It's got
Yep.
angry people. It's got happy people.
I'm looking forward to it because it's my story. It's my type of game. I like good story-driven games, and it's got good sense of humor and no cozy, no pics, or it didn't happen. We don't want any pics of that. Okay, we don't need pics of animated using the bathroom. Not for this show. That's on
Wow,
Carlos
wait. How
only.
did we go from Fable? Paul, we got to stick
Look
on
at the chat.
Fable.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Not that one.
Oh,
No.
how about
Mm.
I hit that one?
No. It's cozies over
This
there.
one?
Anyway, I'm looking forward to Fable. I'm hoping they do a good job with the sense of humor and all that. And, um, I've tried to go back and play the older Fables, and I'm having trouble getting into it. But it is what it is. But I am looking forward to these. I did play the old Fables in the old days, though. You know, this looks like they've spent a lot of time on the voice acting and the atmosphere of the thing and the idea. So I'm really hyped for this. Wasn't this was your game of the show. For me, it wasn't my game of the show, but I'll tell you this: there was not one game on there that I thought was a clunker. There's a difference between realizing when I'm looking at a great game, going, yeah, I may not be able to play that, but it looks good, and going, yeah, this game looks stupid. Because even that real simplistic game they showed that I can't remember the name of, the with the little animated one with it's a very 2D adventure type of thing. Uh, I'll play that. I mean, because I like those kind of games. Sometimes those kind of slow, easy, chill games are cool. Because you can kind of do the way. In my case, I tend to have the TV on next to me while I'm playing games, and if it's a slow game, I can kind of watch TV and play the game at the same time. But yeah, so I am looking forward to Fable. I will definitely be checking out day one on Game Pass. I can't help but always say that because I like that. You know, remember, in case anybody missed it, of the 30 games they showed, I believe 18 of them were going to be, or 17 of the 8 are going to be day one on Game Pass or something like that. So that's a pretty good mix. Yeah. So I will not be going hungry in the gaming community.
That's a term, hungry. Yeah.
Yeah, I will be eating good. I will be eating good throughout the next year. Yeah. So
Master Chef has really flipped some burgers there, huh?
yep.
But I'm bummed.
So Cozy said picture didn't happen animated. So did you take any pics for her? Send them to her.
And I've already replied in her DMs.
Okay, that's what I need to know. Just as long as it's in the DM.
It's not the first time. It will be the last.
So, other than that, there's 2 more games that kind of stuck out to me. One of them is what the showcase really hyped up was Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And the reason why that stuck out for me, because it was more of a modern day take on Call of Duty. It wasn't like, the Bay of Pigs and all that other stuff. It was more like modern day times with the Gulf War. And you saw Clinton, you saw Saddam Hussein, you saw Bush kind of like in the preview there. And when Phil came out on stage after it showed, he said, the truth isn't always what it seems, or something. I'm paraphrasing, but something to that extent. And I thought that was kind of cool because that was, I know he's hyping up the game, but that was like saying, what do you believe as the truth about the Gulf War? And like that it kind of blew my mind. They came out on stage and said that. And the trailer that they put together with Clinton and the characters in it, they did a phenomenal job with the way they cut that and spliced that together. It was like almost like, hey, you could turn this into a documentary. Like this doesn't just have to be a video game. This could be a documentary. I could watch this all the way through. It's so good. So I'm excited for it because of that mixed trailer cinematics. How about you guys?
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the new movement system that they've shown us a little bit of. And they even talked about accessibility within that movement system. So yeah, and I'm hoping for a good campaign. Of course, if it's the original Gulf War, we can do the entire war in the capacity of the campaign in about a 6 to 7 hour time frame. But okay, it's over. All right. So yeah, it's going to be interesting because this is going to be the first time that they've taken on actual true historic events that are this close to us as far as war goes. Remember that most of the games, they touch on mostly, World War II, World War One. You know, we've had some touch on Korea, or not Korea, but Vietnam. But I think this is going to be the first time that there have been other games that touched on the Gulf War, but not in the mainstream gaming community like this will. So this is going to be interesting to see how it hits, how it goes down. So.
Animated, any excitement for this one?
Okay, just so you know, right, we have to go back to Fable because I never give my take on it, right?
Yeah.
I disappeared for a second. However, right, Call of Duty, have you seen the size of the download of Call of Duty?
The previous ones, yes.
No, this new one,
Nope.
it's 300 gigabytes plus.
Actually, that is incorrect. That is for all of them put together.
But
Ooh.
explain that, Paul, please, because I need
that you're going to be able to break out like the campaign and somebody said it's actually if you put all of the games like all of the Call of Duties underneath the umbrella of Warzone type of thing. So you're going to be able to install only the parts you want type of thing.
Well, I'm glad you said that because that's
if I'm understanding what I read correctly. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not gonna need to install all 300 gig.
310 gigs, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about my reaction when I seen it, right? Okay. So it's 308 gig, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Right. I use the Xbox Series S, which has my Xbox Series S has 375 gigabyte space. Right. If I want to play Call of Duty, I've got to remove every other game and play and install that in my internal hard drive. That's not good. 300 gig is unacceptable in the state of what we have storage space, right? We don't. Whether you're on Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, 300 gig is stupid.
Well, that's why
it's unacceptable.
I've jokingly been saying for the last couple of years that if you want to play Call of Duty, you just need one of these little puppies right here. It's your Call of Duty. It's your Call of Duty memory card, is what it is. It's like it.
But the majority of players that use it don't own that.
Yep.
Let's be honest.
Well, we don't know that, but
the majority.
But yeah, but a lot of don't. Yeah, a lot of them don't. But yeah, I mean, we've said before that even the previous Call of Duties were getting a little. They need to learn about file management for sure. It's like
if you own an Xbox Series S like I do, my two boys do, and the reason I own an Xbox Series S, and I'm going to be honest to all of you, right, is because I needed to buy 3 consoles all at the same time. I couldn't afford a Series X, a Series X, and a Series X. I chose to pick a Series S, a Series S, and a Series S. I needed those 3 consoles, right? That when you think about it monetarily value, that's what I had to do, and that's what a lot of parents have had to do, and then those children have Series S, right? Are we agreed? Of course,
I mean,
because it was $250. I had a choice: 1,500 quid, £500 for each, or 750. 750 or 500, £1,500. What was my choice? Of course, I've gone with Series S, and Series S for all my kids, and they all love Call of Duty, right?
Yep. So
the storage space on the Series S is around 375 gigabytes. That's almost all of Call of Duty. I'm sorry, but as a Series S owner, I'm not gonna fucking download it. End of story. It's terrible, but
okay, just so you know, so because I'm looking at the install now, it's 77.8 gig for the Call of Duty base.
Can I just interrupt, Paul? Sorry,
I'm just giving you information.
Just 1 second. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Unless I can install, right? And you're going to correct me here. Unless I can install, I want either a single player, the multiplayer, or Warzone. As long as I've got those three choices, what I want to install, that's fine.
Right.
Well, I think that's what you're going to say, Paul, right?
Yeah. Even the details page says, just for Call of Duty Black Ops 6, it says it's about 222 gig. So
that's huge.
Would be that. Well, hang on. That would be both the multiplayer and the single player campaign, and you can break off the single player campaign from that as well. So
I should just make it smaller.
But no, you can't because. Cozy, welcome to the show. Hi, how are you doing? Let's be fair. You're alive. That's good.
I'm tired. I just finished a 12-hour shift.
Oh yeah, we've all done that shit. Are you good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But right. Okay. Can I download just the single player campaign that I'm interested in?
Yes.
And just that, and it's going to be okay.
That looks like it'll be about 77.
Do you just only want the single player? Is that all you want?
I'm just trying to weigh my options. Yes, usually. I don't know sometimes because do you know what?
Then that's ideal. Just download the single player campaign.
But it's not ideal because sometimes I think to myself, do you know what? 6 of my friends are playing. Fair enough. Motherfucker, see my car, right?
6 of them playing. Wait, you interrupted yourself. 6 of your friends are playing. You interrupted yourself.
No, sorry. I was just sort of reacting to Diego's comment in the chat.
Diego is always wrong.
So no, Diego's always right. He's fine. I could have sold my car and it's fine. But if 6 of my friends are playing Call of Duty Online, sometimes I want to play. I just think to myself, do you know what? I just want to jump in and play online with them. But I can't because it's 150 gig install. By the time I've downloaded that 150 gig install, I can't be asked to play with my friends anymore. It's like, yeah, it's going to take me a few hours to.
It's going to take you a few hours? What the hell is it kind of?
Because he's got medieval internet.
And no shit.
Medieval internet.
I haven't. I've got gigabyte.
You need Starlink.
But it's not the point. I'm talking about the usual user, right?
I mean, the usual user is probably only going to have Call of Duty because they play like 2 games.
You can say that if you want, but
I mean, why don't they just force them to make it smaller?
I'm just trying to give you the reason. I'm just trying to give you the reason why I'm not going to bother installing it.
You're not the usual user because if you were, then you would say, I'm going to install Call of Duty no matter what.
But he's going to have the space.
It doesn't matter. Call of Duty matters more than any other games.
No, not at all, because right now I'm playing Mad Max and Starfield.
Yeah, but I
can't play Call of Duty.
You're wrong.
On the Series S or Series X while I'm playing those games. I'm not wrong.
You're doing it wrong. You are doing it wrong. Because
why am I doing it wrong?
Would you play either of those games? You play Call of Duty, you play Fortnite, you play whatever the cool kids are playing, but that's all you play. You are not okay. That's why you're wrong. You are sitting on a gaming podcast. You are not the usual user.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that on the chin, girl. I really will. But am I not the usual? Am I not the usual user that wants several games installed all the time? Is that not what the usual user wants?
The usual user doesn't even know those games exist. They know Call of Duty exists. They know Fortnite exists. They know whatever their favorite big,
So what
million follower YouTuber plays exists.
You know, I've got to push back on that because I will tell you that the tens of thousands of people who subscribe to Game Pass every month will disagree with you.
I can't have Call of Duty, right, as big as it is, and fucking EA Sports, fucking football on the same hard drive. I can't.
Well, then get another hard drive.
That's what we're at, is it?
Yeah.
Start spending more money. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, stop being a pauper and upgrade.
No, you might as well just say fucking get good.
Yeah.
Not good enough. No.
You're talking to the cheapest person in the universe.
All right.
I legit uninstall games.
I'm talking to the cheapest person in the universe, and you said buy something.
No, that was a joke because I legit will uninstall a game in a heartbeat because I don't have space.
But that's the point.
There are games I literally install like every other
day. I was trying to make. That's exactly the point I was trying to make. There's not enough fucking space.
I gotta ask, how does Paul feel about the space?
Yeah, how does Paul feel about space? Tell us, Paul.
Paul has a memory card for that.
Oh, see? Get good like Paul. Be like Paul.
Animate's like, nope. I'm
Why
not getting
aren't
the
you
memory
like
card.
Here's the deal. Okay, I actually have, because the program, the ambassador program earlier this year sent me a memory card. I have a memory card, and then I also have an external 5 gigabyte Western Digital Black. So yeah, I got games everywhere.
How do I get important like you, Paul?
Put in the time.
Never mind. I guess I'll never be important.
But yeah, so because the console will put I can put the older games, the ones that aren't specifically for the XS, I can put them on the external drive, the 5 gig black, and play them from that. And sometimes I'll even move them to the internal drive because I want faster load times.
You don't know anything about load time.
And I'm not kidding when I say one of those memory cards has 2 things on it. It has all of my Call of Duty games, and it has Flight Simulator. That's all it has on it for the 1 terabyte card. And so when I want to play any of those games, I just put that card in the back because that card, unlike the PlayStation, you can hot swap that SSD drive. So if all of a sudden my friends say, "Hey, let's play Call of Duty," okay, give me a second, pop, there you go. So so it's not like I have to shut it off and put the other card in and then turn it back on. It's I'm good to go. The other one, I just keep a selection of my other games and stuff. Sometimes you do lose track of what's on the card and what's not, what's on the internal drive, but that's just a matter of getting organized,
Oh, look at you being organized.
Well, not really. I tend to forget what's on the card.
I don't know. I play every game that's on the cloud that's available on the cloud.
I was gonna say you tend to play a lot of smaller games, so you're more into the indie.
But I also do that. I also do the cloud thing if it's available on the cloud. Like I play a lot of Forza Horizon, and I never install. I uninstall the game, and I'm just like, why not just keep playing it on the cloud? If it's on the cloud, I play it on the cloud. So I have a lot of like offloaded because legit. The only game that I keep installed that's available on the cloud is Sea of Thieves because Sea of Thieves has weird issues when you buy microtransactions. They don't show up
on your cloud save. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not treated as a local game. It's treated,
Well, someone else knew about that. Everyone else was like, "You're insane." I was like, "No. I literally have all these pets, and they're missing from the cloud. They show up like a week later, but not immediately." And I'm like,
"Here's a question. Then. Why do you play it on the cloud then?" Why?
Because
Why not have installed games?
I have this actually. I am weird like that. I legit prioritize. I like looking at my hard drive and seeing how empty it is.
Okay.
Like even on my PC, I don't install games like that. I have like 3 games installed on my PC. I know, that's wild. I have 3 games installed. I have 4 terabytes and 3 games installed. I know that's wild. I just like that
weird.
empty
You're
storage.
weird. Yeah.
I like that empty storage and being able to be like, yeah, I could install anything, but I don't.
You realize you're not playing the best version of the game, though, right?
I don't care. I literally. So let me tell you something that will probably piss a lot of PC MR people types off.
She doesn't care.
I love it. And I love it.
Go.
I play games windowed at 30 FPS, not because I have to, but because I want to. Because I refuse to shut down Sims until it chokes my computer so hard that I have to. I legit will run enough to like max out the 32 gigs of RAM I have.
It says it all. It says it all.
I am a monster.
You're not playing the games the best that can be. You're not playing the games as they're designed.
I'm playing the games I want to.
I can't get a word. Help me out. I gotta say something. I gotta say something. So I gotta agree with Anime here. I got, I don't have, more storage.
Get more storage.
What? I gotta uninstall stuff to get more storage. But I will play it on PC. I will find the storage on PC.
You might as well have just said get good. That's not good.
No, that is the right answer. Get more storage.
It's not the right answer.
Get more storage.
It's not the right answer. That is not the right answer. People can't just fucking buy storage.
Yes, you can.
It's the same as saying get good.
I buy storage all the time.
It's not acceptable.
All right.
Terabytes. Okay. Paul says all right. I accept his all right.
I know. Thank you. Yeah, my head just popped off. Paul just popped off. Wait a minute. No, pause. So anyway, let's Call of Duty is a big game, so we can all agree that 309 gigabytes is pretty
That is unacceptable. I honestly agree with that.
That's for all of them together, I believe.
This is my playing a fucking straight.
I do think it's acceptable if you can separate it, because I did the same thing with Halo where I downloaded the
Right. Yeah.
Paul, I'm gonna say the name wrong, so you're gonna have to correct me.
I'm sure you are. You always do.
Dragon Age Veilguard.
Veil.
Do you not know the word veil?
I do know the word veil.
In the public education. Wow.
It worked well in Pennsylvania, yeah, but I just forget.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. So I'm excited for Dragon Age, guys. Am I the only one?
No. I actually Dragon Age is the only like medieval fantasy game for real that I still mess hard with. Dragon Age, I honestly, it's a great franchise. I'm excited. People complain, but I think a lot of people who I've seen complain are like, "Did you even Dragon Age?" Each game is vastly different.
Oh, I reloaded and started playing the original game, and it looks nothing like the later games. I mean, and it tells basically the story of truly the beginning before you know anything about any of it.
Mm-hmm. And then you play the second one. The second one's like a lot more limited and kind of almost linear. And you play the third game, and it's like it's like its own thing. And like Dragon Age is the story of a world. And if you understand that, it's like amazing to see all these entries, because they're basically just like different games in this story of the world. And yes, you can continue and keep your save data. You kept your save data through the game, but the game wasn't. It's like people, I think, have this like kind of, as a player of both Mass Effect and Dragon Age, people have this Mass Effect mindset they take as a Dragon Age, and they are very vastly different. Mass Effect, it's the story of a character and the people surrounding that character, whereas Dragon Age is very much the story of this world. And each game reflects that, because all the games are very different, and it's amazing that they created a world and married it to like very different ways of telling a story in gameplay.
Well, they're from what I can tell, because then since I've gone back and played the first one, they're telling and having more recently played like Inquisition and stuff. They're very much they're telling the extension of the same story. I mean, in the first game, you don't even see a dragon except for like vision sequences and stuff until much later in the game.
Oh no! Early in the game, you can find a dragon, and if you're smart like me, you say, "Oh no, and just walk off.
I'm just saying I'm hours into the game and I haven't even, outside of him having a vision, a dream, as he thinks it's a dream. He hadn't really seen a dragon yet. It's not even.
They did have more dragons in the later age, but there was. Right. I remember in the first game, walking over to an area where there was a dragon. I don't remember what dragon was, but there was an area with a dragon, and I immediately was like, I didn't even see anything about the dragon. I was like, I'm pretty sure I didn't sign up for this, and walked off in the other direction.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the new one because I like Inquisition and all that stuff. So.
Yes. Oh, Inquisition! Can we talk about how brilliant Inquisition is? If you play as a Kunari,
all you're describing is the choices in an RPG that you don't like. It's fine. It doesn't matter. We either like it or not.
The Dragon Age is vastly different from a lot of others because you can have your choices carry from game to game, but each game is a vastly different style of game. And when I say it's a vastly different style of game, you can like the gameplay of one and not like the gameplay of the others at all because the experience of the game is very different. Like the first Dragon Age is very classic CRPG. It's very classic CRPG.
Did we lose Paul? We lost Paul.
No, I'm here.
I'm not sure what your point is because you can say that's the same thing about Witcher 1, 2, and 3.
Witcher 1, 2, and 3 doesn't excel at gameplay though at all.
The thing is,
Paul has been lost. I repeat,
Paul is here.
Paul is taking over.
I hear what you're saying, but no. Witcher always follows the story of a character. Dragon Age follows the story. It's like the lore in the world is more important than the character. You're not this. There's like constants, but.
Well, what's your point?
No, The Witcher is like you're following the story of dude.
But what's your point about Dragon Age?
Thank you, Paul. But Dragon Age is different because Dragon Age is the story of the world. The Witcher is the story of The Witcher, right?
But that wasn't your argument.
What? It was.
Okay.
The Dragon Age is like the story of The Witcher is like you're always following this character. Okay. In each Dragon Age game, you are a different person.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna say. And without going into the in-depth that Cozy has, because Cozy is very passionate about the subject, I can tell. I will say that the game looks good, looks fun, and it looks exciting for me.
Yep.
The problem with Dragon Age is that the fans that had Dragon Age 1, 2, and Dragon Age Origins, they're looking at the visual aspects of it, and they're thinking it's not so good.
You're mistaken because guess what?
What?
I fucks heavy with it.
Okay.
So I'm a Dragon Age fan, I fucks heavy with it. So I mean, not everyone will, but I don't know. I think a lot of people have this like. I feel like a lot of gamers and a lot of people in general about various things have this revisionist history of their mind where they have nostalgia for something and they remember it some way and it's like when's the last time you interacted with Dragon Age? Because I remember the same vitriol people were leveling at like the variation between Dragon Age 1 and 2. Oh, people were mad about Dragon Age 2. People were mad about it.
I don't know anything about the community behind Dragon Age.
So Dragon Age, when I say it's a fun, fantastic franchise to play, especially since the games are so vastly different, but it just explores this world in a way. It's like the same thing. You played Mass Effect. Did you play Mass Effect?
Yes.
I did. Yep.
Okay. So you know Mass Effect, like, your choices carry?
Yes.
In Dragon Age, your choices carry too, but it's different because you're not a single person. You're just a person in this world each game. And the games are styled very differently. Each game is styled very differently.
Okay.
And it's wonderful, but I feel like a lot of people just like, if you play, I feel like a lot of people just, they have this nostalgia lens about a game that they played way back when, and it's like, do you even remember the game you played?
Well, for
Paul,
what
how
it's
do you
worth,
feel?
What?
Sorry.
Paul's lost in the black hole sun. According
No,
to
Paul's just trying to tune stuff
No,
out.
that was
Are you tuning me out?
That was far too much and far too. It was.
Paul, are you tuning me out?
I'm sorry. Did somebody say something?
Paul hates me.
It didn't combat my argument, but still, go on. It's fine. Whatever.
You don't know Dragon Age. That's your problem.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we move on now? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. Fine.
Yes,
Well,
please.
Speaking of which, okay, so I know it's getting late over there in animated.
I'm good. Let's go.
Okay, so next topic. Paul,
Yes.
take
What?
it away.
What are we talking about? I have no idea.
Oh wow! I'll give you a topic to talk about because I couldn't think of a topic for a second.
Oh.
Marvel versus Capcom. Capcom is skipping Xbox with this repackaged
20-plus-year-old games. Yes. God forbid that if you haven't played these 20-year-old games already, you cannot be able to play them on Xbox.
It's a lot of
boy.
fuss about nothing. Most people
wow.
complaining. Let's be honest. Most people complaining aren't even going to get the game.
By the way, it's because of technical issues that they're skipping. It's not because we just don't want to work with Xbox.
Oh,
It's because
no, it's not. Come on.
Hold on.
yes, it is. Wait. Yes, it is. Yes, it is animated. Yes, it is animated.
I'm falling because Paul, we don't have 100% confirmation from Capcom. These are rumors from the Reset Era forum.
No. It's because of the way the programs are coded, and that's why none of those things.
MT framework. Hold on. I'll go into what you're saying, Paul, because I know the explanation. So according to Reset Error,
no. Don't even mention.
They're the ones that started it. They started it before Jazz Gordon did. They said that the MT framework was not Capcom's priority in porting that to the Xbox because it was too difficult and not profitable for them to put it in the pipeline. And then Jez came out on Twitter saying, you know, the Xbox should kind of help.
No, I don't think Xbox need to do shit. Okay.
Wow, Paul's going in. He's angry.
No,
mad.
because
juggernaut.
Because it's not just because it's also, remember, it's not going to the PS5. It's going to the PS4. The only reason it's going to the PS5 is because it's backwards. It's got that compatibility thing, or else you wouldn't be seeing it directly on the new console over there either. Okay, so I mean, why should Xbox or Microsoft invest in something to make sure they get these 20-plus-year-old games on their console? There's no reason. There's no, even Capcom says there's fiscally it's not worth it to do it. Okay.
Capcom's come out.
It's a backwards compatible reason it's not coming out, right?
Well, yeah, because it would take investment in coding and stuff to change.
Yes, because they would have to do another version of the game. So they've done a version of the game, apparently, right? And I haven't investigated this enough. Okay, so they've basically done an old version of the game, which is PS4, Xbox One, and obviously the Switch.
Well, not even Xbox One, not even Xbox One, from what I.
But it's irrelevant, right? Why would they then make another version for PS5, the PS5 and Xbox?
This PS4 version,
right? So it's all to do with backwards compatibility, apparently. So,
well, and it has to do with you remember the whole thing when you're gonna invest time and programmers and resources to do all this stuff. So you have to see, am I going to get my return on investment of how much it's going to cost me to do this to bring it up to where it can go on these other platforms. And again, these are 20-plus-year-old games. So outside of us older people, you're not going to get a lot of draw of the newer audiences. We are not the target audience now for any game.
That's true. That's 100% true.
Yep.
You know, as much as we like to forget that part, you know, we're all older than the target audiences are now, especially me. You know,
except for Cozy.
Yeah. You know, so
I'm older too.
So from a business standpoint, it just doesn't make sense.
I'm an over the hill gamer.
So you know, you can sit there and you know, Jez says that Microsoft should invest why? So they can bring 20-year-old games. We have enough 20-year-old games.
5 people want to play.
Yeah,
I want to play it.
You're also
okay.
Wait, who else wants to play it?
I raised my hand. I want
to. So only you. So not even 1 out of 5.
Yeah.
I'm right
so,
here.
Yeah.
me, pick me.
I'm just saying that's the point. Not enough people want to play it. People like to it's like stop listening to these Twitter yahoos who talk about games that they don't even play.
Right.
Like they're like complaining about it, and I get there's some people. The only people that I legit listen to are the fighting game community types.
Yeah.
Because the fighting game community types are always going to champion their games, fighting games everywhere because they want an audience.
Here's the other thing I would say. To me, this falls under that same group of like all those games that were on the PS3 under the cell processor. You know, the only way you can play those is you play them on cloud on your PS5.
You can play them on PS3.
Only some of them. Only some of them.
That was good, Cozy.
Yeah. Only some of them, and specifically on the oldest PS3s that have the actual cell processor built into them.
Did you not fix your PS3 to play games?
No, hang on. They did do the later version that had the software version of the cell processor stuff, but that did not ever 100% play all those older games.
Official software? Why are you playing a PS3 in 2024 with official software?
Again, that's not okay. Not what I'm talking about, but you're losing the thread. You're losing the thread. It would cost. They could theoretically bring up all those old, you know, those cell processor PS3 games to play on the PS4, the PS5, whatever. But the investment to them would not be fiscally worth it. This is the same situation.
Yeah,
a lot of people sit there. A lot of people sit there and say, you know, I want to play this. I want to play this.
But they don't.
We're not the target audience, and once you have it installed on your hard drive, you're probably hardly ever going to go back to it, except maybe when your friends come over and you go, "Hey, let's play Mortal Kombat 2." Okay, cool. But,
I'm sorry that someone's wants to play Mortal Kombat 2. They're objectively wrong.
But I'm just saying.
You're right. No. I'm saying that because Paul, you're absolutely right. As someone who likes classic fighting games, let me tell you, there are like 10 people. You play the same 10 people every match.
Yeah.
Like there's people like you queue up again. It's like, oh, same person. You get beat by the same person like over and over and over and over again. And you're cool with it because you're keeping the community alive, but that's just how it is. Like, so the only people who it's like a lot of concern trolling, and the only people who have a legitimate argument are people that are like hardcore fighting game community people because they argue for it because they understand like not enough people play this game. If we have it everywhere, then we'll at least get 5 more people that care about it.
And in the end, from a nostalgia standpoint, yeah, it's cool. You go, yeah, I own that, but okay, how often do you play it?
Facts.
Especially this year when we got so much coming out, you know.
I've been they had a SNK sale on GOG, so I have like a bunch of King of Fighter games, and I'm like, no one's playing these. which is okay.
Carlo, stop typing your love letter.
Yeah,
okay? What are you doing over there?
Stop, like
Can you
clickety
guys hear
clacking
that?
on the keyboard. Yeah,
You guys can hear that?
don't
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
don't you have the hookup to have modern like sound canceling things so we don't have to hear you clickety clacking?
Yes, it should be on the sound canceling. I don't know why.
It's not
It's not.
working.
All right.
It's
Well,
not-
with that note, thank you for pointing that out. It's getting late in the UK, and it's that time. So let's do the exit roll here, Paul. You ready? Coming from the black hole. You're still awake. You're still alive. You're
Is it
still
called
happy.
black?
No, the black hole. He wasn't. He didn't have a lighting on or anything. So, Cozy, thank you for coming to the show. And since we are about to exit because we passed the hour mark, where can people find Cozy Belugas that are everywhere?
Whoa. Okay, so you can find me on Thursday nights here. Like I actually showed up, but normally I'm every other week. So next week I will be here. Because I work every other Thursday. Fridays you can find me on They Said We Said Gaming, bull sitting show, and then following that with Wise Old Gamer. I don't know what the show is called now, Paul.
Wasted with Wise.
Wasted with Wise, and then on Sundays I got Majestic Mayhem.
Majestic Mayhem.
Excuse me, do not make fun of my stutter.
I'm sorry. I couldn't. Yeah.
I can't say it.
A Majestic Mayhem.
Thank you. You can find me there on Sundays, and you can also find me wherever you find Cozy Belugas.
And then Animated Evil, the British host with the most.
The British host with the most. Yes. Well, there is something coming soon on the 4G TV, right?
He's coming on the 4G TV. I don't think that's appropriate for the rating.
There is something coming with 4G QTV, right? That's what I was trying to say, Cozy. So be quiet a little second, please, if you don't mind. There is something coming. I'm going to do my own thing. And then, yeah, here on a Thursday, possibly. Other than that, find me animated_evil wherever.
Awesome.
Oh,
and
yeah.
also, you may hear some of his music in our docuseries that we will be working on shortly. And Paul is going to help with the cameras somehow. We're going to get him to some of these conventions and figure it out. And Paul, where can people find you?
I don't know. Let's see. Mondays and Thursdays, you can find me here on 4GQ TV. On Twitter, you can find me at Cerebral Paul 1. Twitch, you can find me at Cerebral Paul. Wednesdays, you can find me on the Xbox Ambassador channel, Gaming Differently with Cerebral Paul at 1:30 p.m. Pacific, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And then Fridays, of course, you can find me Wasted with Wise.
Will you get wasted though?
No, I'm hardly ever. And
I know you're like super.
And then of course, it's not actually a show you can watch, but you can also find me editing and doing articles for the Lords of Gaming at log.net. If you want to see all things gaming,
being important.
And I have a couple articles there concerning accessibility already, and there will always be more to come.
And, also I want to do a big shout out to the GoFundMe we have set up for Paul. It will make a big difference if we can hit a goal on this thing to try and help him out. He's in a situation that is not his fault. And, if you have the means or the availability or to share it out, to spread the word, go ahead and do so. And Paul, if you have the link, feel free to post
I do. Give me a second. I'll put the link up in just a second. Let me pull it up.
So if you could just share this out, tell your friends, family. Paul is definitely in need of assistance right now to get into a better situation. We've been trying to do everything we can to help him get there. So yeah, it would mean a lot to me and to Paul. and everybody
me.
else, and Cozy, and Animated, and PK, even though he's not here.
Yep, we miss PK tonight.
Oh, he would have went on you about the Marvel vs. Capcom fighting thing. He's a fighting game fan.
Yeah.
But you can find me on 4GQ TV. Also, Warner Brothers just sent this over for me to unbox and review. It comes out June 25th. Dexter's Laboratory, all 6 seasons, 12 DVD. It's physical. You don't have to just play it on your Amazon. Jago, you love physical. So
do you remember the episode when Dexter and Mandark team up to save the world? With Monkey and his lab becomes compromised, and his parents and everything, and everyone knows because he's trying to save the world. Him and Dee Dee and all that.
Yeah, doesn't his lab become compromised like every week? Isn't that like the thing?
No, not really. Remember the episode where he fires Dee Dee and she's like, "Well, screw you," and she goes on a rant. I watched a lot of Dexter's Lab. It was the OG cartoon. Well, no, it wasn't as good as I Am Weasel, but it was pretty good.
Well,
so Carlo gets videos to watch. I get 4,000-page books to read.
Oh, the Boss Moss.
You know what? That seems rude. You know what I get? I don't even get gum. I don't even get gum.
Yo.
The weird thing is that I'm writing an actual book, and I can send you it if you want.
You can read?
No, I'm good.
You can write? You're literate?
He uses really small words.
I thought the UK didn't have education.
Cozy.
I thought they had to pay for education.
Cozy, you would be surprised how
the
actually intellectual I am. So fuck you.
So if I do read your book, if I give it a review, am I allowed to use the word gobshite?
Oh, dude, I'm actually thinking put you in it. Really, I could put you in the book.
This outro, I am so lost on at this point.
We've all given our outros, dude. We're done.
Yeah, but also I do want to say before we go, we are doing a docuseries. We'll be filming at several conventions here in Florida, one, and also doing some stuff at San Diego Comic-Con. So look for 4GQ TV as well. And Paul, we're gonna try to get Paul to PAX West. So if you see Paul there, you could talk to him about 4GQ TV.
Don't just walk up and smack me, okay? That's not
cool. I wouldn't smack you. I wouldn't smack you. I would boop you in the nose.
Oh, that's kind of...
That's even worse.
Yeah, that'd be
He'll
worse.
He'll run you over with this.
Anywho.
My shins are reinforced from being hit with dollies.
By the way,
out of here.
I did put the link on in the chat, by the way.
My shins are reinforced by being hit with dollies.
Wow. All right, guys, that's 4GQ TV. We'll see you hopefully next week. Animated's got something coming, like he said. And until next time, see you guys later.